What up, gamers? Fence here, and welcome back to Girls Frontline 2 Exilium. So, last time we played through Chapter 8 of the campaign, and now we're all caught up. So now we can begin the limited event over here amidst Wings of Grey. There we go. Let's go and do the story. But yeah, we'll be doing all this here, all the way up to 9. Sounds reasonable. Here we go, guys. Let's go see what this event is all about. Dandelion slowly exits the room and stands upright under the night sky. The clouds gradually scatter and the moonlight shines on her. While she is the only one in the garden, a pair of images suddenly appear. She seems to realize something and closes her eyes. Her mouth curves up in a faint smile and she bows, as though welcoming someone. Whoa, Dandelion. You're here? It's your first time coming to see me in 10 years. Makes me feel a little lonely. There is nothing in front of Dandelion, but that familiar form in her eyes is standing before her, clear as day. We haven't seen each other in so long, but you aren't even discussing anything related to me. How cruel. It might just be an instant for you, but it's a long time for me, and for that person, it is endless torment. That's terrible, don't you think? Isn't that just too cruel for that person? How could I possibly refuse you? I was just gripping. Surely you'll permit me to indulge myself a little, won't you? I knew it. Selfishness is unavoidable, even for someone like you. Dandelion looks at the girl before her, who does not deny this, and shakes her head as though in self-mockery. Everything has changed, possibly for the better, but possibly for the worse. Everything that happened 10 years ago feels like a lovely dream compared to now. Sometimes I wonder if I've woken up yet. If not for my neurologs telling me that it actually did happen, I'd have forgotten that unforgettable time. I mean, that's around the same time where I guess that whole thing happened with the commander, right? So I'm guessing it's related to that, maybe. Did you expect all this too? Or were you just standing aside, watching aloofly as we flailed around like a troop of clowns? I understand. Your arrival implies a new trial is upon us. Still, you chose to stand aside and watch back then. Now you're spouting pretentious lines about how you want that person to walk back into the fire. Don't you think you're going too far? Or is this one of your little indulgences? Dandelion leisurely walks in front of that invisible presence. Her face does not change, but Dandelion, who was born of the same origin as her, already knows the answer in her heart. Yes, I know I have to do this. I know them well. For them, trials have never been a difficult thing. But that person has lost everything. Wealth, fame, comrades, their precious future, and all our former friends, namely those dolls. Everyone and everything has been taken from them, and a great price must be paid for them to gain the strength to rise again. Yet, more than this strength, it is the question of how to make them want to rise up once more that truly puzzles me. Surely you have a way to steer the future in a direction which is not bound by the terms of Mephisto, do you not? But if it is you, you'd surely reply that everything that happened was meant to protect that person. After all, to you, that person is the catcher in the rye. Am I wrong? Dandelion freezes up. For a moment, there is an almost imperceptible shade of emotion on her face. However, she immediately resumes her usual smile, and then continues talking like she's trying to convince herself. After all, living is the most important thing. That might be true, but it's also a prison of sorts. 10 years is by no means a short span of time for humans. Even if it was the right choice, it still ended up hurting that person, and for the second time too. I wonder, as someone who made such a ruthless choice, do you feel sorry for the person you hurt? Dandelion tilts her head ever so slightly, as though she's ready to listen to a confession. She seems to be looking forward to making life hard for her conversational partner, but it doesn't last long, because she then proceeds to state her own requests. Alright, it's not like it's particularly difficult for me anyway. I shall carefully calculate the odds of you fulfilling your wish. And then I shall move in a mysterious way to guide that person's destiny to join with yours. Will that satisfy you, my dear sister? It's just going to take a bit of time. There are no drawbacks for me besides things being a little annoying. However, the price that you will have to pay is going to be so high that even I am having trouble imagining it, you know? Alright. Since it's already related to that person, I shall exert myself and give it a try. I promise to watch how that person's life ends, after all, but in exchange, you'll have to help me fulfill our wish, okay? Dandelion opens her eyes, and her face, still with a smile, gently lifts. She gazes on the radiant moon and begins talking to herself in a self deprecating tone. Goodness, you're just like before, running off and abandoning me the moments you're done talking. Still, the boring days are finally over. The age of fire and blood is upon us once more, and I wonder what kind of destiny awaits them in such a world. Yes, it'll be a while yet that until that day comes. Until then, I should probably start doing some of the things I promised her. Dandelion slowly raises her arms, and she claps rapidly. Almost immediately, a girl with the black hair like hers appears behind her. Lady Dandelion, you called? Helly, I need network access to the beacon network in the central region. Oh yes, help me say hi to the old church and tell them their peaceful lives are over. Would you like me to sugarcoat the message? Just give it to them straight. They will understand by my meaning with joy in their hearts. Yes, I will take care of it at once. The girl called Helly leaves without a sound, leaving Dandelion alone in the garden. When will the day of reunion come? It's such an exciting thought. Okay. Oh, that was the whole first story there? And then we got a battle here. Level 15, so I can just let it autoplay for myself. Alright. But yeah, that was in like a very different start. The desolate plains are host to a cluster of buildings that stand out among their surroundings, but are otherwise rather shabby. They sit within a temporary quarantine wall. Several sets of thick railway tracks extend inward from the distance, intersecting at the small intercontinental railway resupply station. The seemingly unassuming supply station serves as a repository for supplies from outside the contamination zone. It also lasts. It is also the last and only hope for anyone seeking to leave the yellow zone. As the quarantine wall's gates open, a rust-speckled intercontinental railway train slowly pulls into the supply station amidst strident alarms. Radiation cleansing watch is sprayed into the train cars and pours off to the side, emitting an acrid odor. As the train slows down, a deafening metallic shriek echoes within the building, causing the surrounding travelers to reflexively cover their ears. The train comes to a halt, and its heavy blast doors open. Gangways extend from the train to the platform, and the passengers stream off the vehicle. The passengers look all tired as they drag their luggage off the trains. However, one of them is not like the others as she hops and skips and jumps off down a ramp. Oh, that ride was so boring. Wait, do these characters not have any voices? I didn't turn it off. Like, I guess they're not voiced. I thought that was just for that one. I guess, like, I don't know what that one story node was. I thought maybe it was like a flashback or something. But I guess there's no voices here at all. Yeah, there's no voices in this. I guess in the entire thing here. So much for an express train. I was stuck in my seat for 20. Count them. 20 hours. My bones feel like they were being shaken to bits. As an elite doll, aren't you made of sterner stuff than that? Even an elite doll can't handle having to sit in a chair the size of a wash basin. Isn't that right, big sis? An elegantly dressed doll emerges from the cabin car. She gently pats Jung Yu's head, which manages to soothe the somewhat antsy little sister. There she is. That's the one currently on the banner right now. It must have been hard on you, but I don't think that's enough to get the better of the best little sister in the world. Am I right? Upon hearing Diane's words, Jung Yu goes from a pouting in annoyance to smiling broadly, and she smugly plants her hands on her waist. Of course, I was just venting a little. It's not as though I was actually bothered by it. Hui, Zhao Hui, how are you doing? As a doll, being able to get a seat is pretty good. Well, we shouldn't have asked you. I know it's been hard on everyone. There are still a few more hours until our transfer train arrives. Shall we rest in the train station? Big sis, we spent the collapse pieces we saved up for half a year on travel expenses for this journey. Was it really necessary? It's true that cross country travel is a little expensive, but there was an important reason for it. What kind of reason could be worth half a year of income? Hmm? That's a secret for now. But once you find out, I'm sure you'll be surprised. A surprise? Hmm. I hope it won't turn out to be a shock instead. I'm sure Diane has a reason for doing what she did. Shouldn't you have absolute faith in her as her little sister? That's true, but we spent so much money and I don't even know the reason why. Can you let me complain a little? Uh, uh, I think our luggage for this trip has been unloaded. Go over and get our traveling cases before someone takes them, okay? Oh, my collection is in my luggage. I can't lose them again this time. Jung Yu frantically runs towards the luggage carousel. Diane sighs quietly, and Zhao Hui walks up to her. Frankly speaking, I don't really understand the purpose of this journey either. If it's to expand the range of our tour, then there's no point in going so far by train. We won't even make the money for the tickets back with our concert earnings. Our destination is far away from our current active radius. I'm sure you wouldn't have chosen this region if you didn't have a reason for it. Indeed, I have a very important reasons for doing this. An important friend contacted me for some time back, and while she didn't tell me why I had to be here, I was sure that it was related to our shared past. An important friend? Does this mean it's related to your past in Griffin? Yes. For a certain reason, my friend did not want to leave any records that we knew about this ahead of time. What a strange reason. Sorry I dragged you into this. Don't worry about it. Besides, it's not like I have anywhere else to go. Zhao He stretches, seemingly to put Diane at ease, and Diane responds with a smile. Zhang Yu's piercing voice rings out from the distance. Big sis, this is bad. Diane and Zhao He turn to look toward the sound of the voice and see Zhang Yu being chased by several men in security guard uniforms. Wait, what's happening? What did she do? The guards are trying to hand. Whoa. Okay, already like bad things are happening. Are we gonna fight back against them in the battle? I don't know. But her strength and agility are far beyond hers. Jung Yu calls out loudly to Diane as she runs. These stupid guards won't listen to me at all. This smuggler is a tricky one. Get more guys in here to surround her. A smuggler? You're the smuggler. Your mom's a smuggler. As Jung Yu makes a bigger and bigger ruckus, the surrounding travelers gather around to gawk and more security guards swarm over. Diane and Zhao Hui immediately run over to Jiang Yu, blocking her behind them, and then Diane whispers to Zhao Hui, "Don't hurt the humans, otherwise things will get very troublesome." Zhao Hui replies with a knowing nod and attempts to take down the oncoming security guards side with minimum force. After seeing the doll's prowess, the guards freeze up, unwilling to recklessly approach them. However, there's a sound of a handgun around in the distance, and a middle-aged man who looks like a police officer stalks over to Diane and the others. Railway police! Cease struggling, or I will open fire! Oh no. Diane looks around herself. While this is just a minor transfer station, Things will get extremely troublesome if they do get detained here. Since they haven't broken the law, their current priority is to figure out why Jiang Yu was being chased by those security personnel. Officer, we're just ordinary travelers. Why are you trying to arrest my sister? The railway police officer looks Diane up and down. He shows no signs of lowering his guard. Are you a doll? Dolls of your grade are a rarity around here. Where's your owner? Get him out here. I want to speak to him. Officer, we own ourselves and we have proper credentials. Here's our electronic ID. Still suspicious, the officer scans Diane and the other's ID. His system indicates that they are indeed self-owned and authorized to travel freely. Dang, so you really are cell-phone dolls. That's something you don't see every day. That's interesting too. I mean, I assume that, like, wherever the... What is that one group? The Macchiato group? Like, they're also, like, by themselves, right? They don't have an owner? So I'm guessing they're also cell-phone too. I guess for me, I didn't realize there were dolls that are, like, being owned. I thought they're already, like, you know... I thought they're already, like, by themselves, unless they're, like, in the military. Which I'm guessing, like, if you're in Griffin, I'm guessing the dolls there are made there and owned by Griffin. But I thought since it looks like everyone, like, I guess left Griffin, that they're all like on their own. But yeah, that's what I assume. I'm guessing there are some dolls that are owned by people, but I don't know who they are. The railway police officer finds it hard to believe in his eyes. Then he looks back to question the security guards who were chasing Jiang Yu. What's with those dolls? Our scans reveal weapons in their luggage. They've got guns, lots of guns. Okay, maybe that's a really big reason for them to be, I guess, chasing down these guys. I can definitely understand, you know, for the guards now. We are authorized to bear fire control cords and use weapons. Our ID already shows this. We also declared the other weapons before boarding the train. You can find it in the hazardous goods transport permit section. Okay. I guess that's also a good reason too for them if, you know, they've made it known. The police officer eyes the security guard behind him, who frantically opens his terminal and goes through it. A while later, he lowers his head and speaks dejectedly. It's all in there. What the heck are you morons playing at? Don't you even know how to check IDs and forms? But our scanners threw up an alarm, and we saw the guns and thought we should detain them. That's why none of you have managed to get a proper posting so far. You clowns can forget about being promoted for the rest of your lives. The railway police officer, makes a big show of berating the security men while he pulls them aside, then quietly speaks to them. They say that dolls who can get clearances like this have a complicated past. You shouldn't get involved with them. Dang it, even humans don't get this kind of treatment. They're licensed to carry weapons and fire control cores, so they must be a tactical dolls from some PMC. The PMC, then maybe these dolls are... Kaboom! Suddenly, there's a massive explosion from outside. A huge plume of black smoke rises from the quarantine wall in the distance. As the shockwave from the explosion washes over them, many people lose their balance and fall to the ground. What was that? The sound of the screaming comes from the direction of an explosion, and a panicked crowd begins running this way. It's a boojum. Wow. Already? I mean, we already had a hard time in the main story to take down one. I don't know how these guys are going to deal with it. I mean, they are in the city, so I imagine that, you know, not only are we going to fight them, but, like, fight the boojum, but, like, maybe the security around here as well, unless they're scared and run away. That's what I'm guessing. A boojum's hitting the quarantine wall? A boojum? Run for your life! Fear instantly spreads to the crowd, and the surrounding tourists drop their luggages as they frantically run in the opposite direction. Dang it, how many times has it been this month? Oh wow, this is not the first time? Like, recently? This happens, I guess a lot during 1 month. Chief, we've got an Aelid incursion. Get your guns, follow me. Something suddenly occurs to the railway police officer, and he turns around to address the dolls. I'm gonna guess that, you know, maybe to have them, I guess, pass, you know, like let them off the hook, that he's gonna ask the dolls to help them out. We're undergun here. Can you help us out? Since you're tactical dolls, dealing with Elids should be a piece of cake for you, right? What should we do? We should take our luggage and run. No, we can't. There are too many civilians here. The consequences of if the Elids broke in here would be unimaginable. But if that was a Bujam, it's not something that we can handle. After seeing the dolls hesitate, the railway police officer immediately chimes in. Just think about these unarmed civilians. As tactical dolls, shouldn't your priority be protecting humans? How about this? If you help us out, I can help you apply for a security certificate within the railway network. That way, you'll never be stopped or questioned no matter which station you go to. Yeah, I was about to say that. Sounds like a good deal to me. I was about to say that. Then we'll... Wait a minute, big sis. I have a condition. Can we get better seats on the next trip? No problem. I'll think of something. Upon hearing about the seat upgrade, Jung Yu's eyes practically glow with excitement. Daeyeon looks at Zhao Hui, who nods back in response. Now that her friends have agreed, Daeyeon makes up her mind. Understood, officer. Please allow us to assist you. The railway officer entrusted this region to us. Make sure you don't let the Elids into the station. Wow, look over there, big sis. There's a huge hole in that section of the wall over there in the distance. The Elids must have entered through there. Looks like a lot of work. Looks like the work of that Bujam. What should we do if we encounter it? It's just a Bujam. I'll rip it to bits. I'm so confident about it. Surely you know what Bujams are, right? They're strong Elids, aren't they? I knew it. We won't be engaging the Bujam. If we run into it, we flee immediately. Understood. Yes, got a big sis. Focus. The Elids are drawing close. Prepare for battle. Okay. Let's do it. Also, I think my dog wants to go in. Alright, here we go. Combat start. Gonna be using my... the first event team here. And fast forward times 3. Gonna let this play out all the way. Oh yeah, that guy's already dead. But yeah, right now I got everyone to level 50. And also their weapons too. I even got everyone to break their level limits now. Like they can go up to level 60. And I think that's the max level, right? So yeah, I'm excited to like have these guys like maxed out. And then maybe like once I have everyone like done, I can work on other units too. But I think I definitely want to work on the I guess the Elmo like units, like the ones in the main story. Like Rosa, Nemesis, Krolik, and Golfin, and Vepli. I want to work on them next. Just so that maybe in the future, like, if they're strong enough, I can use them in a story again to make things feel more immersive. And then if they're not good enough, I can switch back to my Ulrid team here. My Ulrid and Suomi team. After eliminating the Elids within the area, Daeyeon contacts the railway police officer over the radio. Officer, this area is clear. There is a breach in the quarantine wall here, and there are elevated levels of collapsed radiation at our position. Please warn any nearby humans to not approach it. Understood, thank you. I've already contacted nearby railway units for support. Please ensure no Elids get through on your side until they arrive. Alright, leave it to us. Also, you best not pass through the quarantine wall and head outside. You might run into something bad out there. Is there a problem over there? We've received reports of unidentified groups being active there, and a lot of the people have gone missing recently. Bujam sightings have been increasingly recent, and there are rumors about a cult operating nearby, so you best not get involved. Thank you for the reminder. We'll pay attention to this. So a cult, you think that's the same one from the main story? Because that's the only one that we know about. Zhang Yu puts her weapon down and stretches lazily. What the heck? These elids are wimps. After seeing all those humans running scared, I thought we'd encounter some big monster. We're lucky that we didn't run into that big monster. Oh, maybe we spoke too soon. Boom. There is another explosion which sounds like it came from much closer this time. It gives Zhang Yu a fright. Wow, another explosion? Did more elids sneak in? There's no way these Mook elids could have caused so much damage that Boojum might be nearby. If it was a Boojum, we'd have heard its roars. That's true. We'll head over and take a look. We need to completely clear this area of threats. The dolls rarely approach the origin of the explosion just now, but the thick smoke it left in its wake hasn't completely dispersed yet. Fortunately, they don't hear the howling of elids. Apart from the sounds of burning and the wind blowing, everything is silent. After making their way through the smoke, they see the breach in the quarantine wall not far ahead. The surroundings are a mess. Sand and invisible collapse particles are streaming in through the breach. The dolls are stunned by the extent of the devastation here. However, what truly shocks them is that there's something that most definitely does not belong in a place like this. Right in the middle of the breach. Big sis! There's someone lying on the ground. Diane looks over and sees a girl with blue hair on the ground. Her hands are tightly clenched around her weapon, and there are 3 strange spears. Wait, what? Wait, this is Helena. Wait, what? Yeah, this is getting, I guess, closely tied to the main story as closer than I thought. Like, I thought it'll be just a cult. But yeah, the I didn't read that part. It's plain to see that her hands are tightly clenched around her weapon, and there are 3 strange spears circling her. That's Helena, right? Oh wait, no, it says blue hair. My bad. It's just the spears. I just immediately thought about Helena. Never mind. I thought it was Helena. No, wait. Blue hair could be Colfin, and then maybe Helena is like protecting. Do I remember a moment like that? It could be Colfin, and then I don't know, maybe Helena's around to protect the girl? I don't know. The spears glow with a blue light, and the heat boiling off them makes the surrounding air ripple. It's plain to see that the previous destruction was their work. Is that a doll? Diane slowly approaches the doll on the ground, but Zhao Hui immediately steps up to stop her. Wait a minute, don't go over. Diane looks at the fallen doll. The spears have changed position and begun glowing in response to her approach. It looks like they might attack at any moment. Is that some kind of autonomous defense system? Huh? Why would a doll have something like that? The last time we saw something like that was around 10 years ago, right? Just as the dolls come to a halt, the spears suddenly flash with light before flying rapidly in the opposite direction from Diane and company. Those spears flow off. Does it mean it's safe? Your logic pathways sure are simple. What if there's another trap? I'm guessing this is a very different doll. It looks like it's just one doll only with blue hair. And yeah, we don't know any doll like that. Yeah, I like instantly forgot about that blue hair when I read it. And I just saw the spears, like the 3 spears. That's what Helena has, right? I don't know if it was 3, but I remember it just like hovering around her. But yeah, I don't think it's them actually. My bad. False alarm, guys. I just got too hyped for no reason. I'm not picking up any other threats for the moment. That doll looks like she crashed. Watch our surroundings. I'm going to try and reboot her. You want to do it here? Can't we just haul her back to the train station and be done with it? I have some questions for her. For some reason, I get the feeling that we have something in common. Is this related to the past you were talking about? The reason we couldn't know about ahead of time? Yes, that's the feeling I'm getting. I'm sure there's a reason that we've come all the way here. While Zhang Yu looks a little confused, she nods toward Diane anyway. After seeing those 2 dolls scan their surroundings, Diane begins working on the doll. She carefully turns the doll's body over and finds her connection ports. She attempts to connect, but the other doll's neural cloud and its firewall structure seems strangely familiar to her. Are you alright, big sis? Since when did you become an electronic warfare specialist? Connecting to her was easy. The IFF handshake protocol she uses is the same as ours. The same? How could it be the same? She's got the same IFF data as you. Haven't you figured that out? Figured out why yet? Yeah, was she in Griffin too? But then, why don't I remember her at all? You'll have your answers once she wakes up. Diane breaks the connection and gets to her feet. The other two dolls approach her, waiting for the doll's neural cloud to finish rebooting. As she looks at the doll before her, Diane has a rough idea of what to expect. Wait, who's this doll? I wish they would show a picture. Like, you know, some kind of like character art. But they're not doing that. Okay. Maybe in the next one? There we go. Okay, what the heck? Wait, are we just back to Elmo now? Wait, you think it is just Colfin? I thought maybe it's another doll like Helena, or like Helena's not a doll. She's a actual human, a fully immune individual, right? So maybe it was like Colfin and the spears of Helena. I don't know. I'm sitting in front of one of the big drop windows beside the main console, blowing on my cup. As I sip the revolting instant coffee, I think about how to handle the upcoming situation. Wait, Paradius has been sighted? Dolls like Sextons and Darcher have attacked us, and then there's the recent transmission. All this makes me think. All this makes me sink deep into thought. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're back with the main characters, man, of the main story. What the heck? Okay. I mean, if I had to guess the timeline of the story, oh yeah, he said Paradius, right? So that means it has to happen like after the, yeah, chapter 8, right? Either chapter 7 or chapter 8. I don't know which is the one that we first thought about Paradius. But at least in there. Wow. While I'm trying to sort things out in my head, something in my heart is protesting. Oh my gosh, yeah, there is me. What the heck, the commander? It's just with these event stories, I never expected to see much of with the I guess we have, you know, been there before with Suomi. It's just like this is so soon. I thought maybe they might spend more time with the other dolls first before maybe us. So the past has caught up with me at last. Just then, Mei Ling opens the door to the ops room, walking toward me as she works her tablet. Upon hearing me mutter to myself, Mei Ling puts down her tablet in curiosity and speaks to me. What were you thinking about? What are you talking about, Commander? It's nothing. Just an adult's pointless grumbling. How's that doll? Are you talking about Sextons? Oh wait, what? Okay, so this is definitely after like chapter 8. Because now Sextons is with us. And this probably being worked on by Mei Ling. Yeah, she's already inside the doll repair bay. I just read the first round of comprehensive system diagnostics on her. Looks like she's been very badly damaged. Wow, dude, this is... Yeah, this is... I'm glad I played through the story first before playing this. Because, yeah, this would, like, be so confusing to me right now. If I went from, like, chapter 7 to the event first and then playing this. Maybe just to be safe, like, whenever I do the event stories, I should probably play through the main story first, like, be caught up with that. And then play through the event stories. But yeah, if I saw this... I would be so confused why Sextons is here. Now, most of it wasn't from Leader, though. Just what on earth happened to her before this? I wish someone would tell me that. Let's just bring her in and do some basic repairs on her. We'll have to watch her around the clock, though. Yeah, Leader Gross had said so too. She's already arranged for rotating shifts to man the security cameras, and we'll have dolls stationed in the repair bay. Alright then. I can rest easy knowing Grosa's handling things. Commander, What's going on? Are you really going to bring Helena out with you again? Ever since we brought Helena back from Paradius, she hasn't been feeling too well. We can't let people keep pursuing us. It's not enough to keep Helena safe. We need to gather more information and launch an adequate counterattack. I know that, but I'm just worried. Don't worry, Mei-Ling. Everything will get better. Really? For some reason, the look in your eyes seemed different than before. Different? In the past, you always had a kind smile on your face, but ever since you got involved with Paradius, your eyes have started looking kinda scary. I fake a cough to hide my accidental display of emotion. After seeing the worried look in Mei-Ling's eyes, I make a show of shrugging to try to calm her down. Sorry, Mei-Ling. I think I recalled something from the past. Don't worry, I won't put the others in danger. I won't let this happen again. My words don't sound the least bit reassuring, but fortunately Mei-Ling doesn't probe further into it. Well, if you say so, Commander. I nod to Mei-Ling, and Mei-Ling nods back, whether or not she actually understands remains in question. How are things on Colfin's end? If Helena's alright, can you have Colfin let me speak to her first for a bit? They ought to be in the medical room. Should I go over and take a look? Yes, please pass the message on. Mei-Ling nods to me, then turns to leave the ops room. Okay. So I'm guessing... I'm guessing that... I guess right now it's happening before that scene that we just witnessed with Diane. I'm guessing this happens like before because I'm guessing that the blue-haired girl is Colfin. And if Colfin is still here with us, I'm guessing this happens like before, I guess Diane like reconnects with her or something like that. After watching Mei-Ling leave, I take a look at myself through my reflection in the window glass. Am I really that scary? It seems the ripples which that transmission set off in my heart were bigger than I expected. My regrets over the past surge to the fore along with my hopes for the future. Before, I had not been willing to recall the past, and neither did I dare dream about changing the future. Right now, however, all my thoughts hidden in my heart are bursting out uncontrollably into my mind. Perhaps I had been trapped in the events from 10 years ago all this time. I look into the glass again. My face does seem a little twisted. I should drink some coffee to cover it up. Eck, that's hot. Annoyed, I put down my mug, and I catch sight of nearby control terminal. I had heard news that had tied my heart up in knots there just half a day ago. I rub my temples and begin recalling the events from back then. No time to backtrace, and no time for repair either. I have only been able to go through basic maintenance on everyone. Hey, this is back with the chapter 8, right? Sextans is out there, and the storm here is bad. We'll be alright, right, Commander? Rosa? Enemy number confirmed to be just 1. Yeah, this is the ending here. Is it Sextans? Yes. A burst of static comes through the comms, making it difficult to make out what Rosa is saying. It's just her? No other Paradius combat units? No. Enemy confirmed to have left combat area. She retreated. She's remaining outside of our firing range and is not leaving. There's a new communications request. Caller unknown. Put it through, Rosa. Stay alert. Mei-Ling displays a new comms window on the projection screen. I walk up to the projection screen. Good day. I find myself looking at Sextans, who is wearing a hood. I cannot be certain if the collapse storm is affecting the signal reception or if Sextans' vocalization module is damaged, but her words are very choppy, and the simple greetings took her seconds to get out. It's a terrible day. This should be the first time I've seen you in the flesh, Sextans, chasing us here, telling us, what do you want? Sextans? My name? You know who I am. Please tell me. Still trying to these childish tricks on us? Sextans makes no reply or any sort of movement. She looks like a static image pasted on the projection screen. Groza, sit rep. No abnormalities, no movement from enemy unit. I have no time for this. Groza, get rid of her. Tell me. Sextans takes off her hood. revealing her exposed circuitry, protruding eyeballs, and mangled metallic hardware. New role. Authorization. Unlock. Limit. Tell me. Give me the order, Commander. New comms request. Encrypted channel. Caller is Light the Dawn, Shining Edge in hand. Put it through. Commander! And then yeah, this is where it ended, right? So will it continue here? Lena, what's wrong? Ah, are you busy, Commander? It's nothing, just a battle. That doll called Sexton showed up again, and although she looks a little weird, well, if you need to deal with her, I've got a handy little helper that I can lend you. A handy little helper? Is the commander who conquered far and wide back then having this much trouble with a single doll? Looks like the good stuff Persica was talking about isn't doing that much good after all. That voice, could it be? That's right, it's Miss Dandelion. She said she had urgent business with you, so I activated the emergency communication system. Is now not a good time to talk, Commander? Normally that would be the case, but it would be different matter if she could lend us a hand. Wow, that's so cool, man. This is a continuation of the main story. Lena picks up on my meaning and opens a new link window. Dandelion's image instantly projects out of the comm terminal. Dandelion is still the same as she was 10 years ago, still acting all smug even at a critical moment. Still, since she's come knocking to my door, there's got to be something she needs me to do for her. It will be more efficient to let her take care of this emergency until then. You really don't stand on ceremony, do you, Commander? You're always having me clean up the big mess for you. Well, I'm sure it's not a big loss for the great and powerful Dandelion to help us out, right? Alright then, what's the problem now? I suddenly realized that it's been a long time since we last spoke like this, but I ended up taking this tone with her anyway. For some reason, I'm not worried at all that she'll be repulsed by my attitude. In fact, even her seemingly mocking tone is putting me at ease. As expected, Dandelion smiles in that familiar yet annoying way. Every time I see that smile, I just know that she must be laughing like a hyena deep inside her virtual cognition image. But at the same time, I'll know she'll step in to solve my issues. I dread the video message Groza sent back to the comm window. Our Dandelion instantly recognizes the person within it. Isn't this the third generation doll Sextons? You know her. I found the information on her easily enough in the NOMFA databases. She's the Gerard Group's newest product and their pride and joy. A third generation doll. So just like RO then. Her hardware is a little more advanced, but from a design standpoint, all I can say is that she's nothing more than a crude copy. In short, way worse than RO. A copy? Forget it, that's not important. Although she looks pretty messed up, her fighting power still poses a major threat to us. What should we do? The best way to deal with the fake is the real thing, of course. If I'm not wrong, you've acquired remolding pattern technology already, right? Have you used it yet? Mainly? I've outfitted Leader Groza and the others with remolding patterns, but for some reason, maximum burst output is stuck at 68%. If I could enter the Elmo systems, I might be able to solve the problem of the remolding pattern's limited output. And then your squad's combat power will rise like whoosh, and then you'll one-shot that Sextons before dragging her frame back. I'm sure a 3rd gen doll's neural cloud contains a lot of info on the Gerard Group. If you let me take care of it, I could crack it just like that. Sounds good to me. Rosa, keep a safe distance from Sextons. Dandelion can boost the maximum output of your remolding pattern. Once that's done, take her out and recover her frame. Dandelion? Can we trust her? She's an old friend. In any case, we'll upgrade it ASAP. Once I give the word, launch the attack. Understood. We'll keep our distance and stand by for further instructions. Rosa's team begins falling back, and I'd signal Dandelion to work fast as she can. Miss Mailing, are you the Elmo's adjutant? Will you allow me to enter the Elmo systems? Huh? Well, you can enter without asking her, you know. Good manners are very important for girls, Commander. You're always breaking your subordinates' hearts because you keep forgetting that. You're Miss Dandelion, right? How are you planning to get into the Elmo systems? You need to tell me whether I can come in first. Commander? It's alright. She's probably more familiar with the ammo than we are, and we need to get the upgrade done ASAP. Then please come in, Miss Dandelion. As you wish. The Elmo shakes violently, and the lights sway as well. The monitors on the command console begin to throw off sparks. Mei Ling nervously sucks a breath in, terrified that she's just made the wrong decision. I pat her on the back, indicating that she shouldn't be worried. However, she looks at me with nervous eyes. Soon, the monitors and lights go back to normal. Dandelion must be back. All the modules have been cared for very well. Looks like Miss Mei Ling's more capable than I expected. Are you in our systems already? Oh yes. I booted up the data backup from 10 years ago, and thanks to the massive data center on the Elmo and the nearby signal beacon, I managed to update part of my virtual cognition image data. Once it completely fuses with me, we'll all be happy campers here together. I pulled my face. The scenario I at least wanted to see has come to pass. I can practically image the tragic days ahead of us. Wait, a backup from 10 years ago? Have you been on the Elmo before, Miss Dandelion? Well, that's a long story. You see, 10 years ago, that computer of yours, who's leisurely sitting over there, used to be little old at me. Wait, over there used little old me as a vehicle support AI and had me slave and labor for them all day long. Hey, isn't it the same as me? Whoa. What I mean is that you help keep the Elmo running in the past as well. So don't worry, I'll take on the big chunk of your workload. However, the priority right now is to get the remolding pattern up and running. Mainly, have you connected to the remolding pattern's backend systems to the Elmo? Yes. I need you to open the database and give me the necessary authorization so I can go through past the data. Through the past data. Commander, can you give me a minute? I'll let you handle it. Looks like it's time for me to talk then, huh? Oh, Lena, where's Callan? I was just about to get Miss Callan. Dandelion and Miss Callan already contacted me. Seems there's been a change in the situation, so Helena's destination will need to be altered a little. So we're not going to Kiev? Our prior decisions might be leaked, and Miss Callan's still looking for its source. Until then, we'll be transferring Helena to a reliable group. Right now, the Gerard group has their eye on the Elmo. Having Helena remain on the Elmo would be too dangerous for her and the Elmo. It is a pretty high-profile vehicle. So, got any specifics about the plan? I'll explain later. In any case, there is much work for you to do, Commander. If just listing all that work takes longer than a minute, it seems I'll need to mentally prepare myself. Commander, I finished analyzing the problems with the remolding pattern. Do you want to hear about them? Go ahead. That's amazing. I can't believe she took care of everything in less than a minute. Any problem that can be covered by the Elmo's processing power is not a problem at all. I made some deductions based on the data and found that the data on the plants and Grozas and the others remolding patterns were inaccurate, which led them to not being able to absorb collapsed particles at full efficiency. Fully resolving this issue will require sample collaboration data, but that sort of thing can wait until later. Right now, I've performed some simple simulated calibrations that should bring the remolding patterns output from 68% up to 85%. Still not at full output, but that should be more than enough to deal with that third generation doll. Has it already been done? You can use it right away. Understood. Rosa, check your remolding pattern. Can you raise its output to 85%? Yes. The remolding pattern's maximum output has been increased. Commander, should I continue with the attack on Sextons? Your orders are unchanged. Take her down and recover her frame. Understood. Executing now. Oh, there's a battle here. Okay. But yeah, I'll do this next time, guys. Yeah, it's very interesting, man. So, I am kind of curious because it seems like a continuation of the main story. So, like, if they make a chapter 9, how is that going to work? Because, like, this is pretty much a continuation here. Like, I don't know how far in the future they'll jump into. Because I'm guessing that's what they're going to do. Like, maybe they'll, like, revisit this moment for a bit. Like, yeah, remember that time when we, had help from Dandelion? I'm guessing that's what they're going to do in chapter 9. But yeah, it feels weird. It's a continuation of the main story. But yeah, it does feel like I am kind of like wondering about that because this is pretty much so close to the main story that I am wondering what it's going to be like when we go back to it for chapter 9. Like what like how far are we going to like jump ahead because we're like already like continuing the story here. But anyway, guys, I think um that's pretty much it for this video. That'll be it for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good